All right, guys, so this is Road to Bigs. It's been a while since I've given you guys an update. Probably 3 to 4 training weeks since I've recorded a video. So today I'm just out. It's Thursday, January 27th. So I'm just out doing 5 miles and probably about 3 miles of hill repeats. So I'll give you a full update on, how's my training been going, and then what it's going to look like for the coming, month and a half. That's it. That's all we got left until Ohio Backyard Ultra, right, which is the A race for the beginning of the year. All right, let's get into it. Okay, so I'm at my hill. It takes me 0.8 miles to get here from the house, and I will be hiking it. So if you followed me at any point on social media, you'll know I say when you're training for an ultra, you have to do race-specific training. And the closer you get to your race, the more specific it has to be. So, hills like this, I would run normally on any other part of my training plan, but now that we're, a month and 2 weeks probably, I think it's March 19th is the race, and it's January 27th. So less than 2 months for sure. It's time to get really specific. And then I won't be running any hills at that race. There's no point. I have an hour to complete 4.167 miles. This race course is overall, it's about the same elevation gain as the one I did last year in May, last Soul standing. Last Soul had its climbs come in 2 big climbs essentially, where this one has a lot more rollers. So it was easier to walk at that last race. I think you had no option. Here may be harder to walk, if that makes sense, right? I have to make the choice rather than the choice being made for me. But anyways, more specific to what I'm going to be doing on race day today, right? About mile and a half, 1.75 of mile and a half of getting to and from the hill, and then it's at 2.6, 3.6 of hill repeats. So this last weekend, like I said, 26.2, ran a marathon out here, and I did it on a Sunday again because of basketball. I just didn't have time to get it in on a Saturday. Wasn't very confident. It's crazy when you're training for a race like this, and most of your long runs turn into those 4.167 mile loops. It's a world's difference when you're just running 26 straight. I got out here at the time I wanted to, or 8 o'clock ish. Had full fuel on board, which I thought was enough anyways, and it was full bladder, 2 liters on the back, I think it is, and then 2 soft flasks in the front with 2 scoops of tailwind in it, which is 200 calories each, 50 grams of carbs each, and it wasn't enough. I got through mile 14 and I was dragging, and which is kind of abnormal for me, especially, I was running a bit faster than I normally would out here, but not what I thought was crazy fast. I finished the whole marathon at 4 hours and 1 minute or something like that. But so I was out here, you know, I'm probably, like I said, I'm 0.8 away from my house, and I probably spent 30 minutes struggling with the idea of going back home to get more fuel. Just was so stubborn, didn't want to do it. But I needed that run to feel good mentally, you know, be able to tell myself that I can still do those long runs continuously. So tucked my tail and called Jess and had her get me out 2 Stinger waffles and a banana. And that was, like I said, mile 14, maybe 16. I still had 10 to go. Down the banana right away. Gave it 20 minutes. Still was super sluggish. Down the Stinger waffle, maybe mile 18. Started to feel better and started to get some pain in my left heel, which I've been dealing with, I'll talk about. And some tightness and pain, right glute, right hip, right hamstring, which is something I've had, but not for a while. And was gonna finish up the marathon, the last 6 miles up on this hill, just doing repeats. And I just couldn't do it. So I went out, what I do with my faster repeats, and literally did whatever it was, like it was 0.75 of a mile, 3/4 of a mile loop, and you know, whatever that is times 6, like 9 or 10 of those loops out there just to finish off the marathon. And felt good energy wise, but my heel was bothering me, and I could lift my right leg, but I was definitely not using it appropriately. So I got home, finished that run, happy with that. So I was able to really run that marathon distance out here, you know, on some terrain, not feeling well. 30 minutes faster than I've run my first marathon ever. So I was kind of happy about that, just a small win. Later on that night, I went to go roll my heel with this metal foam roller that I keep in the freezer, and wasn't paying attention. I kept it on there too long, and like freezer burnt the bottom of my foot. It hurt so bad later that night. I went and played basketball on it that night, which was probably not a smart choice. I'll put a video in right after this and show you what it looks like, but it's like a perfect circle on my heel where it's all red right now. It you can still feel it, still tell it's there, the freezer burn or whatever I did. Yeah, so it hurts a little bit, but I gave it a day or two, and it feels a lot better than it did that Monday. So now I know, right? Pay attention when you're doing ice rolling, and don't leave bare skin on there too long. Duh.